All right, hello everyone. This is Chief Meteorologist David Hecker. We are here in the Weather Center because our studio is currently being used for News for Jax at noon. Richard going over the latest data here on the on-air side. We're going to give you a little update here on the YouTube side, our social media channels, on what to expect here later on this afternoon. So we're in a Weather Authority alert day that's going to be through now the afternoon, early evening time period. And what's going to happen is a cold front is finally going to begin to cool things down. You probably noticed yesterday was very warm. We're going to end that today, and behind this cold front as we move towards the middle part of the week, numbers will only be in the 70s. So let's first off talk about kind of the setup for all this. You can see in the map behind me this area of green. Almost all of us are in this green shade, which means the threat is there for a few isolated severe thunderstorms. This is not going to be a widespread event, it looks like, across the area, but it is going to be impactful weather as we move into the afternoon and evening time period. Now, let me show the updated Futurecast computer model because we'll see how this plays out. There's still a lot of uncertainty at this late hour. We are going to see a bit of a sea breeze develop, and that could potentially spark some showers and storms in Jacksonville as early as, say, 3. But we think the bigger show is still going to be out here towards our west, heading into the early and mid-afternoon hours. Now, watch what happens, because things may change very quickly as we get towards, say, 5, 6 o'clock. We're talking about a broken line of strong to maybe severe thunderstorms working their way through, including in the Jacksonville area. So I do think this is going to be an impactful event in the city proper, just in time for the evening commute. So I think we'll be keeping a very close eye on Channel 4 here as we head into the early evening time period. Then watch what happens when we get towards 8 o'clock. A lot of the forcing for this activity begins to fade away, pushes off into parts of the Atlantic. We're still left with some rain, some embedded thunder in Jacksonville through 7, 8 o'clock. But we think it's going to be significantly weaker, and this whole complex really fades away as we move into the late evening hours. In fact, by midnight, the threat for rain pretty much over and done with, and you can see daybreak tomorrow morning. We're going to wake up to some sunshine, cooler conditions. In fact, highs tomorrow will only make it into the 70s, so a little bit more of a return to typical weather for late March. So here's the biggest threats we're worried about right now. I think the biggest issue is going to be the threat for some wind. Could have some wind gusts at times over 50 to possibly even 60 miles an hour. We've lowered the threat for rain just because we don't think this is going to be a prolonged rain event. The tornado threat's very, very minimal with this system, and we can't rule out some hail. I think the best chance for hail is going to likely be along the I-10 corridor. And the bottom line for all of this is we think the worst weather is likely going to be in parts of southeast Georgia. It's still going to be impactful here in Jacksonville, again, between that 4 to 7 o'clock time period. Just not as heavy duty as probably what they're going to be seeing in portions of southeast Georgia. One of the bigger questions we get is, are we going to have a watch? That's a little too early to tell at this point, but regardless, it is going to be an impactful back end of the day across the area. Also want to give a little bit of promotion here towards Snap Jax. Carrie Ann, who's driving the bus here for us, loves this. Be sure to send your weather photos to us, the rain, the storms, the lightning, the traffic conditions. You send it over on the Weather Authority app and our updated News for Jax app, also newsforjax.com/snapjax. Try to get as many photos as we can on the air for you. So we'll be keeping an eye on the threat for storms. Again, it's not going to be a blockbuster event, but we can't rule out some scattered strong to severe thunderstorms heading into the afternoon hours. I'll be with you with hourly updates starting at 1. John comes in for the news at 5, 6, 10, and 11. Hope to see you then, and stay safe later on today.
I almost hope I